the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are.
If you wanna talk about me, you better say the shit to my face. You better say the shit to my face.
Are you ready? I busted my head open. Fun fact.
There could have been the sweet people.
Scared? Don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Primos, Chidos. Happy Thursday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm here as usual with Steve and Julie. How are you guys doing today?
How fucking dare you, bro? You said happy Cinco de Mayo. You thought I was going to let that slide, bro? That's an American holiday. It's not even celebrated in Mexico.
All right, educate me. Educate me, bro.
But we're American, though.
Educate me, bro. What did I do wrong?
I am a Chicano, first and foremost.
But you're Mexican and American.
No, I know. No, it's just Cinco de Mayo is an American holiday. It's not celebrated in Mexico, blah, 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 blah.
See, some viewers might not have known that.
Most people think that it's Mexico's Independence Day. It is not. It's like when it's like the story. I like the story, though.
Okay.
Because it comes. Doesn't Cinco de Mayo take place from our hometown?
Happy Revenge of the 5th. Because it's May the 4th be with you, Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah, Drew, you didn't say what's up. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, you guys. Hope y'all have been having a good Thursday. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Primos Chidos Radio Show.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying. Yeah, the story is it was the small little pueblito in Puebla. They fought back the French people?
The French, yeah.
And then we won. Boom.
We won.
You see, my ancestors have been taking dogs. Wow, that sounded like a cartoon.
Sorry.
that wasn't a sound effect. That was genuinely you burping. Wow.
There's a lot of news, and I know the audience has been waiting for our takes because you know we're
like Joe Rogan. The people don't make their opinion until they hear what we have to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Roe v. Wade.
No, okay, seriously, like that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Judy, what do you think? Like, what do you think? For those of you who have, I guess, been living on the rock and haven't heard about it.
So explain what is going on.
Yeah, Brandon.
Boys.
So it leaked or something that the Supreme Court decision, or they're inclined to make the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade,
what is it?
Roe
v. Wade is the legalization of abortion across the United States.
Yeah. So I think it would leave it up to it would be up to states like marijuana, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's something like how many? I don't know exactly how many, but a good amount of states would ban it. Pretty harshly too.
It wouldn't be federally illegal, basically.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't. A lot of people say, I don't know. What do you think about it? What do you mean? Because obviously it's fucked up. I think
it's I don't know. It's really heartbreaking. It sucks that we're back to this again. Like that a woman can't just choose.
What was your initial reaction though when you first heard about it? Because I know you're not on social media right now.
I just thought I guess at first I was like, no way, because like no way that's happening. But then like the Supreme Court the Chief Justice confirmed it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was watching this video. Do you guys remember The Amazing Atheist?
No. What is it?
Well, he's just some guy on YouTube. He always like spouts his opinions, whatever. But I remember he made a point that I kind of agreed with, where he was saying that he kind of feels like the Democrats kind of like this too, because it seems like they like when the problem is always these hot button issues, because then they don't have to worry about giving us like free healthcare or free education. It's back to just basic human rights. Yeah. Which is like, because a lot of people are saying this could be just like, what's it called? A slippery slope, because it could go into how they might revoke what's the case that guaranteed gay marriage, because people are saying that,
or the one that Obama did, right?
Yeah, people are saying that might be next.
A lot of people are saying a lot of things are going to start getting overturned because of this.
What? But it's because the judiciary is mainly conservatives, right? Like the judicial branch.
How many did Trump put in? He put in like,
I think 2.
He put 2. Yeah.
And I think now it's there's more majority of conservatives than there are like liberals.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just hard to believe that the government works for us at all anymore. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of
I
people
just
say
don't
that.
understand like the other side, right? The devil's advocate. Like, what's the like pro? Like, why would the Supreme Court want to do this?
I think I genuinely, and I've always thought that it's just because they want to keep people poor. You know what I mean? They want to.
That's what a lot of people say.
They want.
Honestly,
They want generations to stay poor.
Yeah.
Like it's not about.
They want to have a working class.
They
Like
want-
someone
yeah.
to do all the.
They don't want to. They don't want to make
labor and
people to
all
make it out of poverty. And
Yeah.
if you're in poverty and you have a kid, you're probably unfortunately never gonna make
and
it
it's
out,
them.
you know?
They're like the rich people. They want to have
Like
the
rich
working
people.
class.
Rich people can still have
Like,
abortions. You can go to
yeah.
another state and get an abortion. You know.
Yeah.
It says 22 states have bans or could have banned abortion
Jeez.
if Roe v. Wade is overturned. So 22. I honestly thought when I saw this, well, because first it was like they were saying it was a leak, right? And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this really happening? Like, is this really gonna happen? And then you guys said that it was like confirmed, and then I was like, damn, so it's really happening. And then I wasn't sad about
well,
it.
I mean, it's not happening,
Well-
but it's in the process.
Yeah,
of-
well,
people say like that's not necessarily the final decision, but it's pretty like they're
It's big
probably gonna-
enough.
Yeah.
they're probably gonna vote that way.
I remember I wasn't really sad about it. I was more mad about it. I was like, bro, like, I wasn't even disappointed. I was just like mad and angry. I was like, bro, what? Like, to me, it's just like, because it legit feels like at least the one who gets most affected are women, right? And it's like we don't have a choice for anything anymore. Because I feel like lately I've been like, there's this Netflix show. It's like called Principles of Pleasure, and it's like it talks about how like everything is geared to like women can't have pleasure or like they can't enjoy themselves like sexually because everything's kind of geared to like, especially like for sexual like assault and everything. It's always like you can't wear this, or what were you wearing to like kind of make the man like get at you or do this. Like it's always blamed on us, and then it's kind of like it's like it would be better to like educate everyone else instead of just attacking women in general. And I was just like, I don't know, it was just like I kept seeing the whole thing of like it's probably because of like wanting to keep people in poverty, like who's gonna be able to get an abortion, right? And I feel like it should really just be like your choice, you know. For a lot of them, it's like because of like when there was birth control, when there was like all these things, women started to go to higher education because now they were able to like just focus on education and what they wanted to do with their careers. And like having abortion like banned is like gonna affect all of that. Like and I don't know, I was just like, I was more mad at the fact that it was like happening like now. And it's like bro, like why is it legit feels like they want to control women a lot, like
So
our bodies and what we do
in
with
this
them.
day and age, you wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it to happen.
It's just like, I don't know, it's already like we're already fighting so many other things to like get this on top of everything else, to like just fall back on it. It's just like it just made me mad. I was like, bro, like
I heard
why?
I heard California or Gavin Newsom announced that they're trying to propose an amendment to like safeguard abortions in California. So that, I mean, hopefully that
Yeah.
passes. But do you feel like second class citizen? Because I've always felt like I don't think there really isn't anything comparable from a man's perspective, right? To like have that level of restriction on your body. What does that feel like?
Well, because I feel like for me, it's like multiple things, right? It's not the fact. It's not only that I'm a woman, but I'm a woman of color. Like I have like a lot of like things that I feel like falls on top of that, of like, you know, like racism and then like sexism. And it's like and like how I said before in the show, like I've always sometimes felt like out of place. And it's just like to have this is kind of like it's another thing of like I feel like the government is still attacking us in a way. And I always think of like when we said like when I think it was Sojourner Truth when she was like, ain't I a woman? Because it's always been like, you know, the white women this and that. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like it still feels like we're not being seen or like heard or like seen as humans either. Like it's just like sometimes, even though like I don't know, it's just like it's like super complicated in my head. I'm like it legit feels like we're not a priority, but yet like we're the ones who like reproduce and repopulate and all of this. And it's like we're nurturing people, and then it's kind of like this is kind of like happening where it's like they're trying to kind of like control us of we kind of put out for the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Patty with Fatty says, I believe the population rate is going down. They also said, I saw an article where the government expected a baby boom during the pandemic, but it backfires instead.
Wow. I'm honestly
Toxic?
just, I don't know. I'm
You
so
don't
confused.
really have an opinion
No,
yet?
it's not even that I don't have an opinion. It's more of like I'm confused as to like why this is happening. And then I don't mean that in the sense of like, oh my God, like why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like the state of the world. I mean it more in the sense of on a technical aspect of like why people want to take that right away from women.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think it's about religion, because it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense if it's about religion.
It's not in the
it's
Bible
supposed
at all.
it's not in the Bible, and it's supposed to be separation of church and state. So
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Either way, if it was,
Yeah.
even if it was about religion, if it's like
Agree.
about like I really don't understand
And-
what benefits do you get
Yeah.
by banning abortion?
And I feel like the other part was when, especially during the pandemic, when they were like, my body, my choice for not wanting to wear the mask. But now it's like for abortion, it's always been that way. Like they're like, my body, my choice. But then they use it for like the pandemic. And it's kind of like, bro,
Well,
like,
I think about
it's
it
just like,
beyond. Okay, let's think of it of in terms of like there's no abortion. Abortion's illegal, like
Mhm.
it's banned.
mhm.
What would that benefit? Like what? So now people who are unfit, right, because of circumstance, maybe they're poor, they're mentally ill,
Mhm.
drug addicts, people who are pregnant and have these kids. You really think these kids are gonna have a good life? And they're like, oh my God, you should still have them. Every life is sacred. Put them up for adoption.
Mhm.
Yeah, like as if you see conservatives adopt like all the fucking time. As if adoption is such like a wonderful, foster homes are like a paradise.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. I really don't get the benefit.
I just feel like the other part that angers me is that like I find if you don't want to give like if you don't want to have abortions, right, then give us like the healthcare of getting better like doctors and all this like medicine. Like give us free healthcare. Like if you want us to like be careful, like especially like for hospitals and everything, because a lot of the rate for like women of color like during childbirth, like it's super dangerous because a lot of people aren't aware of like how it kind of like happens, and like a lot of especially like doctors and all that stuff like sometimes aren't super attentive when it's a woman of color. So like the birth rate and like the death rate for a woman usually when they're going through birth, it's like it's super high. And it's just like, all right, so fine, if you guys don't want us to like have the abortions, then give us like the health benefits, give us the pay leave when we have kids. Like it's just like, then give us something. Like if you guys don't want us to like, and that's the reason a lot of people don't want to have kids, because the dangers of birth, the dangers of like having to take care of the kid after, you don't get paid for like pay leave. Like it's just like, so then give us something. Like if you don't want to give us this one thing, then give us something else. Like give us the free healthcare.
There's
like
no free
it's
there's
like,
no what always gets me too is like there's a lot of these states that are banning it. They don't want to like also like put out education, sex education.
yeah.
They don't want to give free contraception. They don't, you know what I mean? Like if they genuinely cared about like actually like making sure that abortions didn't happen, you'd think that they would also like, well, here's free contraception, here's good sexual education.
Mhm.
But not only that, like the monstrous thing about me is like, how can you force somebody who got raped to have their rapist's baby? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's so monstrous. Like how can
Yeah.
you think that that's okay?
Yeah.
In any, like, I don't understand how at all in any moral standpoint you can think that's okay. Like what about like young girls who are 14, 15, 13 who like get raped or assaulted or groomed? Like you're gonna put that on them to force them to have the baby?
Well, you know what I think about is I don't even think it needs to be that obscure or rare for the circumstance to be justified of like abortion, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Drag Me to Hell?
Mhm.
In that way, that movie talks about like what happens when a good person makes one mistake and then they're punished, right? They're sent to hell just for a small mistake, even though they're a good person. I think about it as like teenagers who are just teens learning about life, growing up. Like one of them gets pregnant. You're telling me you're gonna force that teenager to like have to raise a person who's gonna grow a full life to 18 to like their 30s, who knows how long, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me you're gonna put that just because they made one mistake? You're like, oh, they should have kept their legs shut, they should have done this. I'd be like, that's such fucking bullshit, dude. That's like one mistake. They're kids. I mean, you think back to your own experience, like both of you, like growing up. Like imagine if you had a kid when you were a teenager. Like it would have completely changed your life. And obviously, like you would probably end up loving your kid and like raising them and doing an honorable thing. But that's a choice you would have made as opposed to being forced to take on that responsibility. And that's like the fairy tale.
Mhm.
What happens if you can't raise them? What
Yeah.
happens if you guys are impoverished? Like you guys
Mhm.
are,
You
are
have to put them up for adoption.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or not even that. Like you guys aren't eating good. Like
Yeah.
like, you get pregnant. Maybe some of your parents who are strict, they disown you, they kick you out.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me, oh, like you'd much rather have that than just going to the doctor and getting an abortion. Boom. Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna act like it never happened.
Yeah.
And anybody who's ever got an abortion will tell you that sticks with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like that's enough. You learn from that.
Yeah.
You don't need to. I feel like when you force somebody to have a kid, you just put like this amount of pressure and this amount of like punishment on multiple people. You put it on the person, you put it on their baby, and you put it on their families.
Mhm.
And it's like to me, it's all it is just more suffering.
Yeah.
Like I really don't get it. Do you guys see the videos of the protest in LA?
I haven't. What's
No?
going on
No,
with
I
that?
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
There was like this huge protest in downtown LA for the
The-
abortion, and it turned into like a big riot, and like
Jesus.
there's like videos of cops like just fighting like people in downtown. It happened like a few days ago. Yeah, it was weird to me just because I'm like, I mean, California is like you said, California is like protecting abortion. If anything, people should be going to like the
states that are
not even the states,
or
but like more of the
Capitol Hill or-
capital. Yeah, I mean that's where it should be happening. I mean, people
Yeah.
should be protesting this because this to me, it's like
This is
it's
like
it's really putting rules on people's like a body.
Yeah.
yeah.
And to me, I thought we were a free country, man.
Yeah, I thought we were past that.
Yeah, I thought that was our ideals
Yeah.
that we were there. I mean, and especially conservatives who are like, and I'm not saying this all of them. I really don't like ideologies, but let's say it is conservatives who are mainly for like getting abortion banned. Bro, I thought you were all for America's like values and like rules and constitution of like freedom of choice.
They're always
Like-
contradicting themselves.
Well, I also like I always come back to like what is it like? It's like 1 million, 2 million people died of COVID, and they're like, compared to 1 billion, that's nothing. But then when it's like, oh, but a fetus, like we gotta protect every life matters. It's like, well, you don't believe that, dude. Like, I don't understand. Where's the consistency in your beliefs? Like, I don't.
You know, a statistic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wonder if it's like, I wish I could see stats of what people really thought, of what the majority of the people in the United States, because I wonder if most people are for or against this like leak, right?
Mhm.
And if it's like a majority of people, or even conservatives, are like, nah, like, yeah, when you put it that way, that's fucked up. Yeah, you shouldn't regulate people's bodies, because I just don't understand how you can regulate people's bodies. But anyways, I saw this thing that blew my mind, where it was like, Lincoln, like Abraham Lincoln's second inauguration is closer to Joe Biden's birth than
Then
Joe Biden's birth
is
to his inauguration.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
and it just goes to show you that everybody in government is just so old.
Yeah.
Like all, even the Supreme Court, like it's just so old, dude.
Do you
Like,
think we need an age limit?
I don't know about that. Like, I really don't know about that. I just think that like a lot of these rules are so old. A lot of these
Yeah.
ideas that are in our government are so old, and they don't hold up anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's when people were uneducated, like education
Yeah.
was hard to come by, like people were living rougher. Now I talk about it all the time, we have the world in our phone. Most people know most shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like if conservatives really heard, and they're the ones who are the proud Americans who are like everybody should have free will, free choice, then they would agree that yeah, it should be like it should be legal. Abortion should be legal, just
Mhm.
plain and simple. And separation of church and state, man. And
Yeah.
you could say whatever you want. Don't get an abortion then. If
Yeah.
you believe God's gonna judge you, then don't get an abortion if you get
Yeah.
pregnant. But don't
Yeah.
take that away from other people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, what do you really think you're doing?
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree too, bro.
Patty
I'm
with a
like-
fatty said, I've seen the responses of those on the government saying that it's something God planned, like bruh, shut up, lol. And then he said, I'm starting to see George Orwell vibes.
Who's George Orwell?
He wrote
1984
1984, Animal Farm.
Oh,
Have you-
okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's basically just like a
He's saying it's like a
dystopia
dystopic kind
Yeah.
of.
Mm.
where Big Brother is watching, and like he's making sure everybody's staying in place, everybody's following the rules. But so
yeah,
wait, so
honestly-
the people in the government said it's something got planned? But that's such a dumb. If that's true, that's so stupid.
I feel like that's what angers me the most is that like I remember learning about separation of church and state, and
Yeah.
it's like it's always involved. It's
Yeah.
always been like that.
They're
Like,
all
it's
religious as
always-
fuck, or
yeah.
they say they are.
I feel like it's always been like that, and it's just like, bro, like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. It just like I feel like all of it just angers me. Like I feel like that's why it's always angered me about like church stuff. And,
They
like,
should they
religious
should
stuff.
tax the fucking churches, bro.
And
it's
then-
like the Family Guy joke where Brian's like, we have in God our trust in our money. What does
Yeah.
that tell you? And then he gets fucking who's the guy? Who's the guy
Which
he's
guy?
talking to? He's like the talk show. It's when Brian.
Oh, Tom
something about-
Tucker.
No,
Conan?
he's when no, it's when
Bill Maher.
yeah, Bill Maher.
Yeah.
And Bill Maher is like, it tells me that Americans will get all fussy over anything God related.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's true. That's pretty much true. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I
church
don't know.
has always been involved in. You said you think we should tax the churches?
Yeah,
You think so?
I think so. I feel like
I don't know if I agree with that.
why not?
Because I feel like people's freedom of religion and expression, their individuality doesn't mean that they're collectively affecting the government. I mean, like, you get what I'm saying? I mean, like, if I right now, tomorrow, I wake up and I'm like, I want to be Muslim, and like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna start a church, and like, I genuinely feel that way. I just
Mhm.
want to spread the word.
Mhm.
Then to be taxed, like, because of other people who are misusing like their money and
But I-
affecting,
But I
influencing the
feel like
government.
I just don't get why they're not taxed. I feel like everything else is taxed. Why is that? I don't know. I just don't feel like it doesn't seem fair to me. And they always want to say like, oh, it's separation of church and state. Well, it's very obviously not like that.
Mhm.
The church always influences, and if it's gonna be like that, then you should tax the churches
Yeah.
or not keep it. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel-
I think more specifically, and this is like kind of a hot take. More specifically, in your idea, I think it's more of like, I think they need to tax Christian and Catholic religion, because I think those are the ones that are closely tied to our government that
Mhm.
mostly influence them. Like I said, like people
Well,
who
a lot
are
of
Muslim.
people, a lot of people start churches, and it's usually just so that they can like get out. It's like a tax loophole. I feel like to me, it just seems like it's a.
I mean,
it's just an
yeah.
abused. It's just an abused loophole.
the biggest example of that I can see is Scientology, right? People say Scientology is just like a big scam.
Yeah.
And like I've read up and researched on Scientology, so I feel like I can say that there
You
is a lot of
you
things that
probably
are
should-
problematic.
You probably shouldn't talk about them, bro, because don't they get really mad?
Yeah,
Didn't
they do.
Didn't they heavily investigate the South Park guys for
Yeah,
for talking about? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that we're that big, but I don't
No,
know.
I know. I'm not gonna. I mean, you notice I'm choosing my words very carefully. I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything entirely bad, but it's the one that people seem to point at most and say that they're using the law, to kind of, get money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's true. That's just what a lot of people say.
Mhm.
You know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly that's what people say.
That's what
Yeah.
people say.
And then next week, bro, I'm gonna be gone. I'll be like, oh,
Bruh.
you guys gonna have tears in your eyes. I'm gonna be like, Steve's he's a little sick.
He's a little sick.
What is this?
Bruh.
What is
This
this?
is just it says if Roe v. Wade is overturned.
Oh, I thought
here's
you
how
pulled
abortion
something
law-
up. Like
no,
you were
no,
gonna talk about it.
Nah, I'm just looking at stuff. It's just like
I don't know. That should
You're so
be-
frustrated.
it's just, yeah, it's just like
That should be
illegit.
protected.
It's like illegit in general, like not just like. I mean, this is about like mainly
I
women,
imagine
right?
it
but
hits
it's just like,
different for a woman. Like
But
I
it's
imagine it
just-
just hits different. For
but
a
it's
woman.
just legit like illegit is like we don't have a choice. It that's how it feels. Like we just don't have a choice in anything, or like it feels like sometimes we don't have a say in anything. Like the people who are in control, like how a lot of people have said, right? Or like I asked you guys this before, like how do you guys feel with the statement of like, what is it? No uterus, no opinion, or something like that.
Mhm.
And it's just like I don't know. I've always heard stuff about like just birth in general and like pregnancy and like how a lot of women like suffer through it. Like they suffer like through like pregnancy and all that. And it's just like for us to at least have a choice of like whether wanting to like have kids or not, right? Like that's us, like what we want to do. And how you said, like if you're religious and you don't want to have it, then don't have
That's
it.
on
Like
you, yeah.
that's on you. Like I feel like everything should legit be on you. And it's like in this country where it's like we're like trying to be free and all this stuff, and it's like, but yet a lot of us are still being mistreated or not being seen as human. And it's kind of like it's just like I'm angry like with everything just in general. Like this just brings up like just a lot of things of like what's going against us as just people, like people who just live here and just want to live their lives and like have a good future for ourselves. And it's like they're putting all these like what is it, like barriers for us to like not succeed and get where we want to get. It's like to me it's just a constant reminder of like it's like an everyday battle that we're just having. It's like
there's
bruh,
also,
like the
like-
one thing that we kind of have built on, which is our government, and it's not even wanting to protect us.
It's more on, for me, I think about it as more of like it shows you that the world is really ruled by men. It's
Yeah.
like it's the laws and it's a patriarchy, the societal way, like subconsciously a lot of people still see women as like less of a human.
Yeah.
And I think that's where most of these laws and most of people's opinions come from.
Yeah.
I think like most people who are for the abortion thing see women as property.
Well,
and
I mean,
that's not true.
A lot of these,
And not only is it not true, but like we all came from women. We all had a mother. We all came from a mother. I have a sister. Like we should always feel the need to protect and like uphold women's rights.
Well, and a lot of these politicians were around when like the idea of what a woman should be was a lot different. Where like a woman is supposed to be at home, she's supposed to raise the kids, she's supposed to, and it's like that's why like it's frustrating that all these old people are in power, because it's like they have very antiquated ideas. And there's also like the frustrating thing about how they have like this like really romanticized idea of what like having and gestating a child is like. It's a very taxing thing on the body. Like a lot of women go through a lot of that. They go, like what is it, postpartum depression. Their body's never the same. You know, for some women it's deadly. Like it's a deadly choice to have a kid, you know what I mean? And it's like,
and postpartum depression is like scary, because it's like you feel no connection to your child sometimes. Like some women are just like, I feel nothing, like that's it. And there's been a lot of like crazy situations where some mothers like like end up like killing their kids sometimes, and it's like I know how extreme that is, but it gets to that point.
No, it does.
It's like, because it's just like that's just your body is just like the hormones and everything. It's just like it gets to you. And I'm just like, bro, like people don't understand what women go through for these things.
I just think it's mainly government. I really think, I like to believe that most people would understand. We're gonna take a quick break.
We're still working on the timing. Don't get mad. Okay.
I like to believe that most people would understand. We're gonna take a quick break.
We're still working on the timing. Don't get mad. Okay.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Alex Himes from Courtside Radio. We'd love to have you tuning in every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. right here on the Good News Radio Network. Don't forget to tune in every week, people. We'll see you then. Only on TGN Sports.
Happy with your life, money, career, or relationships? Most people are frustrated with how life is evolving around them. What if you could change one thing to turn your life into a different direction? Would you want the insight? How could you transform your life with intuitive awareness? Learn more. Get answers today. Book a free discovery session with Coach Zena, intuitive transformational practitioner. Go to www.coachzena.com or follow on Instagram, coach.askzena.
Yo, what's up? This is Rix.
Yo, this is Rennie.
What up? Doger in the building.
What's good, family? This is Jesse, and this is
Brown Wealth Radio. And make sure to catch us on TGN Latinx every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific, to be specific.
Are you trying to buy a home, car, or make other investments and being discriminated against because of your credit score? At credit909.com, our professionals can help you remove judgments, student loans, child support, medical bills, and other erroneous and negative items on your credit report. Call 800-752-9763 today for a free credit analysis and consultation, or text credit to 909-688-5461.
Birthdays are meant for celebration, and when it comes to celebrating, Flour and Sugar never misses a beat. Offering custom cake designs to fit any special occasion, your cake will be the talk around town. From sushi cakes to perfume bottles, everything is always edible, with flavors like Oreo, banana pudding, and our top flavor, strawberry shortcake. I can't miss. Order your special cake today by email at flourandsugarla@gmail.com or visit our website at flourandsugar.store. Or if you want to see new designs, follow us on Instagram at _flour_and_sugar_.
Hey, what's up? This is Jasmine Gates. I am the host of the New Black History Maker show, where we cover all things Black, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we know you want to be in on this conversation. So make sure you catch us live every Friday at 3:30 p.m. on TGN Talk.
Have you heard of D-Lit Juice? Well, it is a minority-owned cold-pressed juice company here in Los Angeles, offering daily cleanses, sea moss wellness shots, and teas, and flavors like hibiscus punch, blue gelato, orange delight, and black fuego, just to name a few. They have local deliveries every Wednesday and Sundays, and shipping all throughout the United States. Make sure you check out their Instagram and Facebook, D-Lit Juice. That's D-Lit Juice, bringing a healthy lifestyle straight to your door.
Yo, what's cracking, fools? It's your boy Caesar Leo. Caesar Leo knows it all. Check me out every Tuesday at 1 p.m. right here on
What's up,
TGN
everyone? We're back.
We're back. Brandon, what were you telling me? You were going off about the church?
I don't know. I just feel
blasphemy.
Like I just feel
off
like
the record.
I mean, okay, I'll admit I'm not very educated on what like the taxation of churches is, but I just feel like I don't really understand why they get such special privileges. Like
in a societal way, right? Of morals and
like why everything is so like, especially like based on their like behavior, like, you know what I mean, how like the church always kind of turned. I mean, I'm talking about the Catholic Church because that's the only one I can really speak on. Because
of course.
Like, you know, what is it, like 4,000 boys that they covered up that that were molested, and to me it's like I feel like you've lost the privilege to like get this like moral and all these benefits that everybody kind of like bows down to you for. I don't know. I'm not. I would like to talk to an expert about it,
like a priest, or you mean like
no,
what,
like
a researcher?
Maybe like I don't know.
They're too biased. They'd be like, "What do you mean?
Like a
you've
scientist.
never been attracted to kids?
Wish I knew more scientists.
You wish you knew more scientists? Yeah. I feel like scientists don't have the answer. I feel like scientists sometimes see things too on a technical aspect.
I guess I feel like when I say scientist, I mean expert, like expert in your field. Like I don't know, like a theological.
We gotta invite
doctor.
the Pope over, bro. We gotta ask him all these questions.
I don't know.
What do you think about the Pope? That like the Catholic Church has like a president, basically.
What did he say? What did he say?
He acknowledged the like same sex, no? Or
he says the church owes same sex, like the church owes gay people an apology. I don't know though, like what his like official stance is though.
You know what my sense is I feel like I can't respect people who do everything and take the Bible very literally.
Yeah.
Because I feel this has to be my fucking like slogan.
Yeah.
I'm a very logical guy, right? So think about the Bible. The Bible was written fucking thousands of years ago, translated, rewritten, translated again, rewritten, translated. A couple kings saw it, or like, I don't like this part, let me change this part.
Yeah.
Like we're rewritten again, translated, rewritten, translated, blah, 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 all the way now. And then some people take it so literal of like whatever you remember how you and me say that everything in the Bible is really more symbolism than it is like literally.
Well, like I mean, even Jesus spoke in parables, right? He talks about having the faith of a mustard seed. Like, you know, you could take that literally, but what would that do? You know what I mean? But he's whenever that guy, like, you know what I mean? It's just what frustrates me too about the Bible shit is they like ignore, like they only believe the shit that they want to believe. Like the Bible, you know how I was talking about the amazing atheist? He was going through the Bible, and there's a part in the Bible that prescribes abortion as like a
remedy, or something?
as like not even a remedy, but like if your wife is like cheating on you, to like
it's justice.
It's
like,
justice to like abort the child. And the Bible also even acknowledges that a woman's life, it holds more value than a fetus's life. So it's kind of like, where are you getting this from? But but at the end of the day, I don't think that the politicians care that it's in the Bible. I don't think any of them are any religious at all. I think they just use that to like, you know what I mean?
Do you think most of United States is filled with, I'm gonna just be straight up idiots? And I don't mean that, and I'm not dissing anyone.
Yeah.
I mean that is like, do you think there's more dumb people than there are smart people?
I don't think anybody's dumb. I just think a lot of people are
uneducated. There's do you think there's more uneducated people than educated?
Yeah, I think the education. A lot of people aren't educated, myself included. There's a lot of things I could be more educated on, but I'm not. But I think a lot of people just kind of like, I don't know. I just think there's just a lot of people are really uneducated.
Yeah,
about a lot
I feel
of
like I
things.
want to believe people are educated, but it's just like, I mean, the people that I'm surrounded with are pretty much educated, and like whatever is like put to me on like social media and everything, I assume everyone's good, right? Because all I've been seeing is a lot of people go against like the whole abortion thing, right? But that's just who I associate with and what I've seen. But I do feel like people are not educated or choose to still be like super closed-minded on certain things.
Well, I mean, it's even like kind of like a fact though, isn't it, that most educated people who are like college graduates do vote Democrat? And that's not like a sucking off Democrats. It's just more like the Democrats are in favor of abortion and certain things that we consider progressive. I think in Texas, like you have to show like some sort of like special ID. You can't show a student ID. Because they know students like they vote Democrat.
Damn, that's
so,
crazy.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, a lot of people like that. I don't know. There's just there's a lot of uneducated people.
Patty with a fatty said you have to speak to a sociologist.
Yeah,
to you. Patty with I said I would say there's less uneducated and non-critical thinkers. I could agree with that. Because, like, really think about it. I just can't. It's hard for me to, whenever I see somebody who's religious, like, to take them seriously if they're very by the book of the Bible. Because I'm like, dude, like, seriously, think about it. Would you trust me if you give me the Bible right now and I had the only Bible copy in the entire world? Like, you somehow erased it, even on the internet. I had the only one. Would you trust that my lineage, if I pass it down for 2,000 years or more, would you trust that I'd keep it the same? Like, word for word? No, yeah, especially if everybody's like, I want a copy of it. I was like, oh, yeah, we'll make copies of it. You really think there'd be no mistakes?
I remember Ricky Gervais once said that, like, if you burned every biblical or, like, religious text, it wouldn't come back the same. But if you burned every, like, science book, it would come back the same. Just basically kind of illustrating that religion is very influenced by people. You know, I'm not talking down on anybody who believes in God or is religious. That's cool. Whatever you want to do. But, like, I agree. Like, you know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, to me, it's like I understand. I respect people who believe in the ideologies and the good values of, like, you know, love thy neighbor and, like, all that stuff. But, like, if you really are like, nah, I can't do this because in the Bible it says this, and I'm like, dude,
I feel
there's
like,
just no way. Like,
plus, like, if you want to live your life that way, that's cool. But, like, putting it on other people is not your place. Like, you're not allowed to, like, say this is what I believe and you don't believe that. And you should be believing that. You know what I mean? That's not. You don't have that power. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think what they say is truth, but that comes from people.
I was gonna say, I feel like, you know how you're saying, like, do you think a lot of people are uneducated? I think it's also it's really hard to change your mind. Like, it's really hard to, like, admit you're wrong for everybody. I mean, that's everybody, me myself included. It's really hard to, like, admit you're wrong and be like, well, I'm wrong. I'm not educated. And I need to, like, learn about this. It's really hard to do that, especially, like, you know, and you can't, like,
especially if you've been living your life a certain way for so long.
Like, some people, like, they live under a rock, or they only engage with, like, Fox News, or they're just engaged with this certain type of media.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean? And when they are like that, it's like, it's really hard to change your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, even as a kid, you play the telephone. They show it to you so you can learn. What is it, Cheeseman? Like, gossiping, and how, like, things can change, right? You say, like, oh, I like bananas to someone's ear, and at the end it's going. Like, at the end it's like, oh, I love, like, ramen or some shit.
Yeah,
you know?
It changes.
Well, because it's always like there's always that one person, or there could be that one person who's like, I don't want to say that. Like, I want to say something else. Like, like, it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
because humans are just imperfect. And to me, the Bible is a book written by humans, not God. If God came down and he literally gave me a book, and he's like, I wrote this and it's written in gold, and I'm like, holy shit!
Didn't he do that like, it's the Ten Commandments?
The
right?
Ten Commandments.
They don't say anything about abortion, but I guess people say it's like, oh, it's murder, right?
Yeah,
but no, I don't think
thou shalt not kill thy neighbor, right?
Is that one?
It's
thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill.
It's keep the Sabbath day holy.
Yeah.
I remember the first 3 are about God, and then the 7 are about life.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is, the ambiguity is that he gave it to Moses, and then Moses pulled up with him.
Yeah.
As a human. Nobody else saw God except Moses.
Oh, I don't take the Lord's name. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not. So don't worship any false gods. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt keep the Sabbath day holy.
Thou shalt honor father and mother.
That's fair.
Thou shalt not kill.
I agree. You shouldn't.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. So no cheating.
Didn't the Pope say that he thinks this one's like, come on, like, relax?
Number 6?
Don't you remember?
Adultery?
I remember you sent me, like, a Twitter that he said adultery isn't that harsh of a sin. Didn't he?
You know what? You might be right. That sounds familiar.
Right? He said that. So, but didn't Jesus come down in the book and he's like, actually, guys, that one's a little outdated. And that's what the Beatitudes are, right?
Yeah,
so
it is. Yeah.
Even God retconned them.
Moses was just tripping. He made that shit up.
You think he made? I mean, some of these are like fair. Thou shalt not steal. Okay.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
That's like lying, right? That's like, I shouldn't lie about what Steve did.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Do not let thyself
lust after thy neighbor's
thou shalt
wife.
not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Yeah.
I mean,
thou shalt not covet
fair.
thy neighbor's house nor his farm. So don't be jealous or envious, guys.
Yeah. I mean, most of these are fine, right?
But eventually he changed his mind. He's like,
I mean,
I don't know about these 10
I think
commandments.
no, Jesus. No, because don't you remember Jesus?
What's it called?
The Beatitudes. It's because he's on like a rock or something, and they're like, Jesus, which commandment is like the best one? And he's like, guys. All those are like whatever's. Here's the real
I
one.
think it's right there on the big giant like stone thing. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Blessed are. Oh yeah.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are. I'm getting like PTSD.
I
just
know.
reading
Same.
that.
Am I?
Oh God.
Am I remembering these right though? That's what. Don't you?
I think so. It says right there in the description right here.
The
Somewhere right here.
Beatitudes are. I can't read it.
It says the Beatitudes are sayings attributed to Jesus, and in particular, 8 blessings recounted by Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount of Gospel of Matthew. So yeah, basically what you were saying.
I don't know.
Dude, I
think-
remember being
don't
a
know.
kid and literally like we would learn about all this stuff, Beatitudes, 10 Commandments, prayers,
Yeah.
Psalms, teachings.
Yeah.
We'd read the Bible. And I'm like, damn, so like I literally need to be perfect?
It's weird in hindsight. It's always weird in hindsight. No, but I think I'm wrong though. There's one where they ask Jesus like, "What's the holiest commandment?" And then he like gives like his retcon version, and they're like, I think if I remember, they're way more like reasonable. Like,
People talk about all the time that
look that up. Look that up. Jesus, the holiest commandment or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't
people
know.
talk about it all the time that like when Jesus came, it changed the game. Like
Yeah.
when Jesus showed up, because before that, like
Most of what he said,
the Old Testament was like violent.
greatest
and,
commandment. Teacher, with which commandment and law is the greatest? He said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment."
Yeah, you see, that wasn't in the original.
Yeah, right.
He rewrote it. He was ad-libbing.
Even God himself was like, actually, guys.
Never mind.
He was like, whoa.
But Jesus was just.
I don't know,
he was a regular human.
For the most part, Jesus always kind of had bars. Like his
No,
stuff,
yeah.
his stuff was kind of cool. Everybody else's would be like,
No, I mean seriously, like historians, I've seen it. Historians have talked about how Jesus, the figure, is very interesting because before that, beyond Christian and Catholic
Mhm.
religion, a lot of religion was very violent
I
and kind of aggressive
I
in the sense of
remember-
like you should fear God. But when Jesus showed up, he was more
Yeah.
like, no, like God's loving and he'll forgive you.
Yeah,
Like it's
I remember,
okay.
I remember learning about this in school. There was like I took a history class through the eyes of religion, and it was talking about how Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, they all worship the same God. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the same
It's
guy.
true.
It's just their interpretations of what he's like is different. I think it was saying that like Islam is a lot more. He's like a deity and he's to be worshipped, and he's not as like he's a lot more stern. You know what I mean? He's a lot more First Testament. I think I forget what Judaism was, so I won't even attempt. But Christianity is a lot different. He's more like a parent or something like that.
And
Which-
also, I
interesting.
think Christianity doesn't celebrate Mary, like the Virgin Mary.
Oh, yeah.
None
They
of
don't.
they're all like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
There's no
there's-
virgin.
You mean
there ain't no
There's no
such thing.
virgin.
You mean
Yeah.
Islam?
No, Christianity.
Not Christianity?
Christianity doesn't celebrate Mary.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they think they don't consider they don't call her the Virgin Mary either.
They're like she wasn't a virgin. bro.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they're like nah. She
I
got
remember
she got
that.
dick down. No, seriously.
remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
I
remember
had
that.
I had a
Let's
lot
see.
of Christian friends.
Really? I did not know that. I didn't know that.
I feel like I remember that too.
No,
and-
it's
and
the
I-
real reason. The real reason is because they consider if you worship Mary, it's like a second god. They don't like that.
Oh.
They don't like that. That's the real reason.
I feel like I remember the
bullshitting.
first time I found that out. I was like, "What?
Really? I didn't know.
Y'all
that.
don't believe in Mary?"
That's really crazy.
Yeah. Like,
But-
Christianity.
The Christianity Mary is commonly referred to as the
What are Christians in general, however, Mary plays a much less significant role in Christianity. I assume that's what it means.
So Catholicism is the one that's more.
Yeah, but that's because Catholicism came from conversion of what the indigenous people believed in Mexico.
Well, even La Virgen de Guadalupe is only made up by Latinos.
Yeah.
Made up.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, for
I
those
don't
of
know. I
you,
see them as stories.
for those of you who-
that's
I know,
what I
I'm
see
just-
them
I'm
as
just pulling your
characters.
butt.
You know?
for those of you who don't know, a lot of the Catholic religion is heavily influenced by the indigenous religion that was here when the Spaniards came, and the Spaniards thought that Christianity was just really hard to learn for the natives. So what they did is they just converted a lot of the natives' gods into the Christianity gods, and that's where the Virgin Mary
Whoa,
comes
that's
from.
really interesting.
The Virgin Mary comes.
Is she
from
supposed to be like Quetzalcoatl or something?
Ton Ta Sen. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Interesting. That's really
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm probably gonna get a tattoo of that because I think that's just cool.
That's
I-
cool.
Yeah, that's why Christianities don't celebrate the Virgin Mary because that's
didn't know
that's
that.
like an indigenous god.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
she plays a most significant role. I think there's Christianity and Catholic actually have like some pretty big differences. but like people who don't really know them.
Don't Christians not put Jesus on the cross? They have the cross, but I don't think they have him.
Yeah,
on it,
I don't
right?
think I think they're like, whoa.
No, in hindsight, that is a little like,
Yeah.
whoa. I don't know.
At
Dude,
church,
the one
The one at our church is really graphic.
I was gonna say, for those of you who, I'm not gonna give the location, but the one that we went to in middle school, the Jesus on the cross there is not only huge, it's like
very
amazing
realistic.
detail. Yeah,
his eyes are rolling, bro. His eyes are like fucking.
Well, he's dead.
You go,
he's dead on the cross.
You go in there, and it really looks like a person.
Have you ever been? I remember the first time I ever was like on the fucking where the priest always stands.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
dude, that shit is like
it's like
it looks straight up like a genuine person.
It's very gothic.
It
It's
is
very like you know.
In a way, it's kind of punk, and I fuck with that.
It's kind of punk.
Yeah, Catholicism is like the punk of
all.
Christianity.
Bro, that's hilarious.
It's like the rebellious. I believe that way just because I used to have a very close friend who was Christian, and I remember they would describe to me Christianity, and then I'd be like, wow, like I feel like and Catholics don't give a fuck like that. But that's because it's influenced from like the natives' teaching, so it's a little different.
I don't know. I feel like, am I wrong? I hope nobody shoots a quote at me where Jesus says like, "And you shall beat your wife." Or like, you know, I don't think he said. I'm pretty sure
Thou shall beat your wife when she talks back.
No, right? I'm pretty sure everything that Jesus says is like really progressive.
I
That's
think
like
so,
the outlier
yeah.
in the Bible. Everything else is like really weird, but when he shows up, it's like cool.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, I read up on it. Historians have said that like Jesus was a very significant figure for the way he taught like God, specifically that God, Islam, and I think they were like, God, you better believe in God or he'll send you to hell and like he'll kill you and like curse you and all this shit. But when Jesus showed up, he's like, my dad was tripping, but then he had me.
Yeah,
he became even I remember being in private school and they said that like the Old Testament and the New Testament are so different because when Jesus was born, God was filled with so much love that he became nicer. I remember a teacher saying that. Yeah, I remember one of the teachers saying that. Well, obviously we had. Like,
I remember thinking some of the stuff. Excuse me, was very graphic. Do you remember when they cut off John the Baptist's head? And they like, I remember in one of the Bibles they had like a detailed picture of it, or he's like
his tongue's out.
Yeah, and I was like, geez, the Bible's really gnarly.
Bro, I know, especially because we were like kids, and they're basically showing us gore.
Yeah, r/gore.
Yeah, like you see gore.
They're showing us live leaks.
Because first grade is when you do your first communion, and that's when you're supposed to drink blood of Jesus.
Have you ever seen the Passion of the Christ?
Yeah,
Passion of the Christ is gnarly. Remember the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa.
I remember my mom would cry.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people would cry.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of trauma. It's just like a gore film. It's like watching Final Destination.
It's like, you know what's weird about that movie? You know, there's a lot of weird shit that happened on that movie. On this, I don't know.
Didn't like
Jim Caviezel, the actor, got struck by lightning like 3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then I think they had a priest on set, and I think a bunch of the actors like converted. Like some of them were like atheists or like they were another religion, and they all like were converting. And that just a lot of weird shit would happen on the set like that.
When religious like miracles happen, they always fuck me up because obviously since we went to private school, we learned about a lot of them, and they always kind of in a way they creep me out in an eerie way of like, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, is it that the religion is right and that there is a God, or is it that like the human mind is so strong
that we can make that
that if we believe
it's like an intense confirmation bias.
I feel like it's our minds.
I mean,
we're pretty powerful.
But wouldn't that mean how strong we are when we believe in something?
I remember there was something that came up, and I was like, I feel like our minds are pretty powerful. It's like when they say like you can kind of self-heal yourself.
The placebo pills.
Yeah, like you can self-heal yourself.
Do you remember St. John Bosco? I remember one time, I think it was like for extra credit or something. I can't remember why I was there, but they had like his body. Like his his like it was like a wax figure, but his like actual hand was like part of the wax figure, like his skeleton, and it was the wax around it, and they had it like displayed at like the school, St. John Bosco Tech, and I went and I remember being like, whoa, this is weird, this is crazy.
Like Patty's like Christian lore is wild.
Well, because I remember people would say if you touched it or like if you asked him for something, it would happen. And I didn't because I was scared. But
I remember there was this church in Mexico that my parents would always go visit whenever we'd be down there, and they had like I don't know the story or the lore, but there's this guy, this huge statue, and this guy's sitting on this huge horse, and at like the horse's neck tied around it are these chains, and then you know what I'm talking about? And they have like
I was trying to figure it out. I was like,
these shackles like down there that people can just touch, and apparently they like are known to cause miracles. And I remember my dad was having like back problems, and my mom grabbed like the chains and she like put it like on his back, and my dad swears like it worked. Yeah, but like how we were saying, like stuff like that. Placebo. Yeah, like how strong is the mind?
My dad infamously despises garlic. Like he hates it with a passion. He cannot stand it in food. You know what his favorite pizza is?
What is it?
Domino's.
They have the garlic. They have like so much garlic.
He's always like, they got the best crust, and we never say anything because we're always like, it's like covered in garlic. But he's like, that garlic bread shit though, nasty. Because like we'll get like the garlic bites, and we'll be like, dude, it's literally
it's the same thing.
So it's literally just because he's not thinking about it.
Because he doesn't. It's because he doesn't know. Like he doesn't. We don't tell him. We're literally every time we eat Domino's, he's like, oh hell yeah, we love Domino's.
We have a friend who's allergic to peanut butter and fish and eggs. I'm gonna make him like something with all three, and I'm not gonna tell him and see if it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Good idea.
Great idea.
Amazing idea.
Amazing.
Have the EpiPen ready. Yeah.
I'll have a EpiPen.
What are you talking about?
He literally just said it's a foolproof plan.
Yeah.
I don't need no EpiPen.
I don't know. Christian Lord.
Thou shall not kill, bro.
He's not gonna die.
Well, he can eat Reese's, right? Because it's not like real.
Yeah,
because
it's like artificial peanuts. Yeah, yeah. I remember one time as a kid, he pulled this prank where he like ate
a peanut butter cup,
and everybody knew. Yeah, everybody knew.
Yo.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And it's like, "Oh, I got you guys." I remember one of the kids was literally he was like freaking out. He was so scared. He was like, "Bro, you scared the shit out of me. Like, I thought you were about to die. Like, I can't believe you ate that." And it's still one of the funniest moments, goated moment.
Allergies like that are like that must be an interesting experience.
Like, have allergies? Are you allergic to anything?
I'm allergic, but not like deathly allergic. I just have. I don't know.
What are you allergic to?
I'm allergic to dogs and cats, but I have a dog and a cat.
What? I was about to be like, bro, he's always around dogs and cats.
You're like always petting my.
Yeah, I have bad allergies. Yeah, I get really bad allergies. But I don't know. I like dogs and cats.
Have you ever been around my cat or my dog and you went home and you got like hives?
I don't get hives. I just.
You start.
It's like my nose, yeah, or I like get itchy on my eyes.
I always find it interesting when people are allergic to living things.
Yeah.
Like, how are you allergic to?
But I don't know. Does that mean I'm not allergic, or is it like mildly allergic? Because I don't know. Anyways, but I
think the allergens like affect, because I think there's stages. There's some people who like will die.
I'm sure if you put me like in a vat of just like dog dander, I'd probably be like,
you don't visit the vet a lot, right? Or
nah. I mean, that's why my dog sleeps outside.
Okay.
A lot of people probably get mad that I said that though. I remember
your dog sleeps outside.
I remember one time I was trying to adopt a dog. Instead of the dog that I have, when we were trying to look for a dog, we were trying to adopt a dog, and a lot of the adoption centers had like questionnaires, like like, oh, where's the dog gonna sleep? Like, what do you have cats? Do you have all that? And I remember they would always be like, where's the dog gonna sleep? And I was like, oh, we have a dog house. Like, he'll sleep on the porch. And like every single one would be like, we consider dogs a member of the family. We don't. So they would often reject.
No, it's true.
They would always reject me every time I would say that like they were gonna sleep outside. And I was like, is that really wrong? Like, are you really not supposed to let dogs sleep outside? Like, is that really bad? Like,
my sister-in-law and my brother, when they were looking for a dog, which eventually ended up being Rocky.
Yeah.
They told me about that too.
Yeah.
That like if you tell them like that they're gonna sleep outside, that they're like
they
not,
don't. They say no.
They're like, go fuck yourself.
Did that recently change? Like,
no, I felt
I literally just
was
said.
that always a thing?
Oh, you mean like did it like was it a new idea? No. She's saying.
Oh no, like, that's all. I feel like as far as like my dog's like 7 years old. So like as far as that, yeah, maybe.
So for 7 years now. Yeah, Rocky's only like 1 year old, so it's still happening now.
But I don't know. I feel like they've always kind of been.
Well,
like
I mean, I have two friends. One of them is P. His name is P, and the other one's Izzy, who's been on the show. and they both let their dogs sleep in the house.
Yeah.
But it's like us. We don't let them at all.
No, I let my dog in every now and again. Like it's really, really cold or it's raining hard.
Oh hell no! My mom would never.
No, but like I don't think that's wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this like a recent
really
like
wrong?
mentality, or is it like?
But is it?
Because I feel like it didn't start happening until recently. Like, especially when when people used to dress up their dogs.
Yeah.
Or like when now people are actually like, I'd rather have a dog than kids. Like, it's just like, is that
really
like
not?
a recent
But
thing?
is it really wrong? Like, is it morally wrong? Because I'm like, he's an animal. He's like he's an animal. Like, he's an animal. That's where they
Like,
live.
he's not like us.
Yeah, like he's,
I don't know. I like the fact, and especially now, like since we moved and we have a bigger yard, I like the fact that they're outside in nature. Like,
what the fuck do they need?
I
to
get
be
it.
outside?
I get it. I get it. Like, I feel like PETA.
We're being so. Somebody's gonna. This is gonna be the clip that
I feel like
cancels us.
I feel like PETA always gives like that thing where it's like, I get it if it's like they're chained up and it's like in the middle of like a snowstorm.
No, yeah.
But like
I
most
get
dogs
that.
have like dog houses or a nice porch and they're out of the elements. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I come home. I literally come home today, and all three of my dogs will probably be like snoring up a storm outside, enjoying basking in the sun.
And every time I do bring my dog inside, he doesn't like it. He's always like, like let me out, and I'm like, you know. I don't know.
Well, there's nothing for them to do inside. I swear. Like,
yeah,
it's so much bigger outside.
They like running around. They can go dig a hole. They can go chase a
They
squirrel.
love the sun, bro. They love sunbathing.
Dude,
Like-
dogs love sleeping in the sun. He's always like asleep in the
Yeah,
sun.
hell yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I guess am I wrong? Is this morally wrong? Like I've genuinely wondered because a lot of if you would think that's so hypocritical though. Like you would think you would just be, yeah, bro, take the damn dog. Like you know what I mean? Like since they're like.
People treat their dogs better than they treat fetuses, bro.
Well, because don't some shelters like
It's true, though.
euthanize?
It's true, though.
Don't
He's
some
not wrong.
don't some shelters like euthanize their dogs? So you'd rather kill the dog than just give it to me and let it sleep outside, right? Right? Like, I feel like you rather just.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. I'd be like, oh, this guy wants to adopt him, but he's gonna let him.
Just kill him.
Bro,
Just kill him. Just kill him. Kill him.
I feel like it's so wrong, especially in like you and me have like nice yards. I feel like we have a nice grassy area, and like they can. We'll see you guys next week.
Well, sorry about this.
See,
what a tangent.
We'll
right?
still be here on YouTube.
We still, yeah.
Yeah, we're still here on YouTube.
Are we done? All
There
right.
was. I remember there was someone who was like, "Bruh, a dog gets treated better than like me." It was like,
it was like a disgruntled girlfriend though. It's like the guy gives more of a shit about his dog than he does about his girlfriend.
But
you see, that goes back to like some dudes. Like a lot of people really see women as less of of a lot of things.
No, like I don't know. That's just I don't know. I just find it so weird how there's such like people like I care about animals, but like sometimes like he's a dog, like he's an animal, you know, right?
Like yeah,
is that
fine.
Am
Like, he should be
am I
fine.
on the
He
wrong
should be
side of
free,
history? Am I? Do I need to be educated?
Well, you know what? At least for me, since I have 3 dogs, they have company. I guess maybe they think like, oh, they're alone and like cold and like it's a
My
man.
dog has so much fur, it's like insane. Like I feel like he's probably like sweating it out inside. I don't know.
Okay, he says your house looks like it's warm, no?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I want to hear why shelters do that. Like, why is it such a problem? I mean, they leave them locked in cages for like 6 hours. They can't like have a huge free roam yard.
I like what you said. Like we like to think that they're part of the family. Like, okay, they're part of the family.
Yeah,
they're just outside.
Yeah, I feed him, pay his bills. Like
Yeah,
what?
they don't pay. I know they don't pay bills.
be like, what if I like camping? Like, I like to live outside. Like,
I'm asking the homie Izzy because his dog.
No, like I don't have a problem with people put their dogs inside. That's cool.
No,
But I
yeah.
feel like I don't have a dog door and like
I know, but I'm gonna ask him like, how would you feel if like if Buddy, his dog's name is Buddy, could only sleep outside? Because I'm really curious. Because not only is like, does he let his dog inside? His dog's fucking huge.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, bro, like for real, it's like yeah, and I've been there, and honestly, he's chilling. Like
yeah,
he doesn't really like lose his shit or anything, and he has a dog door, so sometimes he goes outside. So I wonder if his opinion would be like,
for
bro, you don't ever let your dog inside.
my cats are all my one cat is always inside. Why do you think why do you think cats get different energy? You think it's because they're like
I think they acquire like safety. They want to be
I feel
safe.
like cats also like they go in a litter box. Like, I'm not trying to like have my dog take a massive shit like in the middle of the house. Like, well, it's because you don't house train him.
I feel like
because he's an animal.
Because I feel like,
because he's an
bro,
animal.
my mom even is sometimes like, bro, just throw the cats outside. Like, I don't want them in here either. Like, legit, there was like the cat was like a loophole that we were able to keep it inside.
Right.
But the dogs are like,
yeah.
nah.
My mom was like, get that stinky cat,
that mangy cat. Out
yeah, I was like, let him live outside.
And she still says the same thing now. Like, even though he's like old and stuff, she's like, bro, just get him out. Like, bro, he's 16. He's been in here for 16 years.
Yeah,
to finally just kick him out. I'm like, bro, what?
All right, well,
no, but yeah,
I think we should save this for next episode because we gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
So
we got places to be, bigger fish to fry.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye. Huh.
Like, comment, and subscribe to this
interesting.
video
What?
if you watch it.
I'll tell you about it after.
But
Okay,
we'll
bye.
see y'all next time.
See you guys.
Happy Thursday. Bye.